Hello everyone and welcome back. And today you're cooking with love. On our menu today is some beef oxtail along with some pigeon peas and rice and some sweet plantains. Here we have some beautiful aromatics that's going to complement our two main dishes, which is the peas and rice and these oxtails. All ingredients and measurements will be in the description column. So here we have some parboiled rice, some pigeon peas, coconut oil. And here we also have some pepper flakes, which if you don't want to use the Jamaican pepper, that can be the heat that you use. We have some Himalayan salt, some black pepper. We have some spice blend. We also have some garlic powder, some Lorry seasoning, some browning for the oxtail, also some ketchup, some thyme. We also have some garlic that we're going to be using, some pimento peppers. Here we have some sweet peppers, we have an onion, and we also have this Jamaican pepper, which is hot, and you're not going to break that or cut that. You're just going to add that into our dish. We have some tomato, and we have some sweet plantains here, along with some scallions. Like I said, all ingredients will be inside the description column and measurements as well, okay? Guys, this tutorial is a very easy step-by-step process, so you guys definitely can do this without me actually speaking about what I'm actually doing. So if you find that you need me to speak into my video, leave a comment in the comment section, okay? But I think you guys can do it. I really do. So let's do this, guys. Okay guys, it's time to add our beef stock. I'm going to be adding 3 cups, okay, of 2-cup measurement. So each cup full is 2 cups. I'm adding 3, okay? We're going to add that into our pot, and we're going to begin draining our beans, and we're going to put those beans in that broth as well, okay? And we're going to give that a good stir, and we're going to allow that to come to a boil. So where we're going to begin adding in our other ingredients, which is some coconut oil, along with other seasonings that's going to take this dish to another level. Okay, guys? So I'll be back, and I'll allow you guys to continue watching. here you have it, guys, your pigeon peas and rice. And once this has evaporated, you can turn that pot down on the lowest level, and you're gonna put a lid on it and then allow that to continue steaming for another 5 to 10 minutes. And this is what you're gonna have: some delicious, fluffy pigeon peas and rice. So as I give this a complete toss before I put the lid on it to allow it to continue steaming, I'm gonna move on to our next dish, which will be our oxtails. You guys have been great. Guys, if you just coming on and you haven't seen my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Please press that like. Make a comment, guys, if you feel you need to express something that you may feel that can be different, or you would like to give me some tips, and share my videos. So here we have our oxtails, and we want to make sure that we clean these oxtails thoroughly, and constantly you want to make sure that they're clean as well. Okay, so give them a couple rinses before you start to season them, and then we can go on to our next steps. So guys, as you see that we begin to season the meat, the oxtails, we're gonna keep it on a lightly seasoned. A lot of the ingredients don't have any sodium, but you want to keep what you do have sodium in with is like the Lori seasoning. They have some spice blend as well that has some sodium, but you're gonna be adding to the broth when you stew the oxtails down. So like I said, just keep it lightly seasoned, and I'm gonna just kind of massage this in and let it sit until you're ready to start to sear. Okay, and for the young lady that you hear in the background, that's my granddaughter. So she is trying to get my attention, and she is running things in here. So she's like 2 and that. She's gonna be 3 years old soon, so you can imagine what I'm going through right now. Okay, so guys, this is some turmeric here. Make sure you have some gloves when it's time to like massage this in. I'm actually just layering these oxtail with the seasonings that I'm using, and I'll be having some gloves on so that I can mix it in well. Okay guys, so as we mix our ingredients into these oxtails, we want to make sure we massage the ingredients well. And make sure you have your gloves on because the browning and the turmeric could dye your hands, and you don't want that underneath the nails and stuff like that. So just make sure you have gloves on, and basically this is what you're going to have when you finish seasoning your oxtail. These are seasoned oxtail that haven't even been cooked yet, okay? So now we're going to begin to prepare our pot that we're going to stew our oxtails in to sear first, okay? And here are some aromatics that will be going into this pot, which will be some fresh garlic, some pimento peppers. We have some onions, some fresh thyme, some sweet peppers, some onions, some tomatoes. We have fresh thyme. We also have some coconut oil, some butter beans that will be going into this pot as well. We're going to use some ketchup, okay, and one hot pepper that won't be broken, and some seasonings, okay. And here we have a pot, and then we're going to begin to sear our oxtails, okay. We're going to add some oil. I'm just going to baste this pan with some oil, and we're going to be adding in a half a tablespoon of sugar, and that is going to give a dynamic taste to. Also, it's a browning agent, so we don't need the browning of it. We're just going to use the flavoring of what it does for the oxtails. So we're going to add in our garlic. You're gonna sear your meat. Put your meat into your pot and begin to toss it, okay. And then we're gonna add in our aromatics with some garlic, oil and peppers. We have some thyme, okay. And we're gonna be adding in some scallions that we cut up earlier, and we're gonna also add in some pimento peppers, and some white onion, okay. And use as much of this as you want. This is going to just break down, cook into your pot. You're not going to even see it in your pimento peppers, okay. And we're just going to begin adding in the broth, which I'm going to add in water. And the reason for this is because I seasoned my pot, and it's pretty rich with the seasonings right now, and I want it to balance out as it cooks down. I don't want it to become overbearing with the seasonings, okay. So if you choose to use your beef stock, you're welcome to. Just be lightly on the seasoning on your meat and adding afterwards, okay. So we're gonna just be adding, you see I'm adding my water. I'm just gonna cover my meat. Each cup measurements is 2 cups. So I'm going to be adding approximately like 6 cups of water. It sounds like it's a lot, but you want your meat to stew down and evenly cook, and make sure that your seasonings is not overbearing at the same time. So you're going to cook for about 2 hours. And by 2 hours, a lot of your liquid will be already gone. So don't even be discouraged with that, okay? So here you see I'm adding in some garlic powder and some black pepper. And I'm gonna just allow some of this to, I'm gonna add some ketchup, guys. And ketchup is gonna just give it a balance. It has a sweet, savory taste. As it cooks and breaks down, it will give this dish a beautiful taste. And I promise you, you will not regret trying this method. So as we come to the end of adding on, we're going to give this pot a good stir. And I'm going to add in the last of my items, which is my coconut oil. And that's going to give a hint of coconut flavor to this dish as well. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. And I'm going to be adding also some spice blends that doesn't have any sodium. And that will be in my description column as well, if you guys are interested in. And you don't have to add anything else, you can kind of like allow it to stew down and add at the end. I'm going to add my hot pepper in at this time. I'm just going to drop that in the pot and allow that to cook and come up to a boil. And I'm not going to break that. That's going to just give the right amount of heat that's required for this dish, okay? So we're going to put a lid on this and allow it to cook down for approximately 2 hours. So guys, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to let this cook and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so as you see here, the pot has come to a boil, and now we are going to add in our next item, which is our butter beans. Now this is total optional, and the reason for me using the butter beans is to use as a thickener. So as the pot continues to cook for the duration of time, it will break down and the sauce will become thicker, okay? And guys, always remember, you must taste your food. As your pot matures, it's gonna start tasting everything, okay? You may not taste it in the beginning, but it's gonna start waking up. Everything is gonna start coming together, and you're gonna know if you need to add a little bit more salt. You're gonna know if you need to add something more a sweet, a balance, you know. So don't be afraid to, you know, if you want a little more heat, you can add more heat if you want. But as it matures and sit, it gets more intense. So you're gonna try to be on the safe side with sodium, but basically you need to taste it just to see where it's at, so you can have an idea what your dish is gonna be. So when you offer your food to someone, or you just even if it's for your family, you know exactly when they taste it, what it tastes like, okay? It's important. As a chef or as a cook, I mean, you don't have to be perfect, but you need to know what your food tastes like. So guys, as we come to the end of this magnificent dish, we have some yellow plantain banana, which we're gonna slice in half, okay? And as you see, they are nice and sweet looking, due to the dark spots that was shown to let you know that these bananas were ripe and mature. And to begin this process, we're going to begin searing our plantains in a non-stick skillet, and we're going to allow them to caramelize on both sides. We're going to use a medium heat, and we're going to constantly keep turning these until they are done. And throughout this process, you may have to use a little bit more butter. And I choose butter because it gives it a more savory taste to the sweetness of these plantains. And that's totally optional to you if you want to use oil. Okay, so you're going to continue this process until we're done. Guys, you've been wonderful, and I appreciate you guys watching my video. And as I always say that, you know, you set the mark for your meal and make it your own. Nothing is perfect until you make it. It's your palate and your perfection that makes a difference. So leave a comment in the comment section, guys, and I appreciate you sharing my videos. And subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you can receive more videos in the future. Okay, I appreciate you guys. here we have it, guys. Your delicious oxtail with pigeon peas and rice and little sweet plantains. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon. Bye.